Mission Monday update. We are here every Monday night at 6:30 p.m. Central to find out all the latest and greatest things that are going on from this past week with Project Die Hard. And as usual, we would have our president and founder, Brian Gibson, joining us. And he is here nearly every week, but the man wears too many hats. And tonight he is in another meeting for Project Die Hard with another organization. We'll get that update next week on what that all is that he's covering. But we have a great event going on here right now with our very own Chaplain Dave joining us and a very special guest. So first of all, I will bring in Chaplain Dave to say hello. How are you tonight?
I'm doing great. How's everybody else doing?
Doing real good. Yeah, talk real loud. Your mic is still quiet, but we can hear you.
All right. Does that help?
A little bit, yeah. So how about you today? I know it's been a couple weeks since we've had you on.
Yeah, it's been a little hectic, but we're getting through. 2025 has been a busy start for sure. So
Yeah.
but we're muddling through.
Well, I'm glad you're here. It's always good to see you and to hear words coming from you. You're a deep part of this mission, and with all the things Project Die Hard has going on, with all we're doing for our veterans. And I want to go ahead and bring in right away our special guest for tonight. He's going to be with us for the first half of our hour long here. So Chaplain Dave and I will deep dive into a couple of specific things going on with Project Die Hard on the second half. So stay tuned for that. But I'm excited, so excited to have Dr. Grant joining us tonight. I'm going to go ahead and bring him right in. Dr. Grant, thank you so much for joining us. We met just a few weeks ago, and oh my gosh, I can't say enough good things about that conversation we had, and I've been hoping he'd be able to join us. And thank you so much for making time for us here tonight. If you want to tell us a bit about what you all do, I'm like I said, I'm so excited to share you with everybody.
Thank you very much, Suzanne, for the invitation. Hello, Chaplain Dave. I'm Dr. George Grant from academyofwellness.com. I have been doing what I'm doing now for 50 plus years, helping students, veterans, clients. I only have 40,000 clients worldwide. And I have 3 bachelor's degrees, 3 master's, 3 doctorate degrees. Yes, I'm 74 and a half. I know I look younger. Thank you, Suzanne. Thank you.
You do.
And when I was 18 years young, my mom passed away at age 45 years young from diabetes, blood pressure, and heart disease. Since then, I could be either a victim or a victor. I decided to take the latter, and I studied 3 bachelor's degrees, 3 master's degrees, and only 3 doctorate degrees. I'm still learning right now. And as I said, I help clients to prevent and reverse chronic illness. And I specialize in helping veterans. And I have many, many clients all over Canada, US, and Europe, and all over the world. So here I am. And if anything you need to know about me, but you're afraid to ask, go to academyofwellness.com and you see all my profile, what I've been doing for 50 years. So basically, we help to fix lifestyle. Nothing can fix poor lifestyle. That's my mission, vision, and purpose. My MVP is detect the lifestyle of every person that I talk to. And then once we fix that, we can fix any chronic illness without depending on medications, operations, radiations, amputation, or any complications. And I've been able to help so many clients worldwide with this MVP. To give you an example, Susan, I had a client here in 1998, and this client, he's 79, and he was actually a veteran. Now you can see from his profile here, in 1998, he was given 28 meds. He's done 2 bypass. He's done 2 stents, trying to help him with his 99% clogged arteries. Nobody asked him about his lifestyle. So I told the doctor who referred me to him in hospice, what is it that I can do besides giving him, he was given 28 meds, as you can see here, 1998, the date here. And he did 2 bypass and 2 stents, he's still clogged. So I asked him, what is your typical breakfast? He said, oh, nothing, just bacon and eggs. I said, "You're taking bacon and eggs every day for how long?" He said, "For 20 years." I said, "For 20 years, you're eating 6 strips of bacon, 3 eggs fried in the bacon fat, and you have 99% clogged arteries. Is that like actually you don't need 3 degrees, 9 degrees to do this? You just need common sense. Like it's common sense uncommon. Anyway, so I told him we gotta stop this bacon and eggs, and he said, "What do I eat?" I said, "You can have oatmeal, you can have porridge, you can have vegetables, anything except bacon and eggs. Like you cannot have any fat. You're already clogged up. You got 99% clogged, and you cannot even." Like with the 28 meds, he has so many complications. And as you know, Suzanne, look at my bio. I'm a toxicologist, pharmacologist, and so on. So I told him, okay, so if we can just change that to any natural stuff instead of having this, what kind of drink that you have all day long? He said, "Oh, nothing. I just drink that soda." I said, "That soda, when you have diabetes, you have 5 medication for diabetes, 5 for blood pressure, 5 for clogged arteries like blood thinners and all of the stuff that they give him." He said, "My doctor told me it's safe to take." I said, "Okay, that soda is not safe when somebody has diabetes." I worked for the FDA, CDC, Health Canada for 10 years, and that soda has never been safe. And anyway, so he said, "What do I drink?" I said, "Water." He said, "I don't like water." I said, "Your body is 70% water, not 70% Coke or Pepsi or that drinks or any of these Red Bulls or this stuff." And he said, "Yeah, but I don't like water." I said, "Just squeeze a little bit of lime." And then he said, "Okay, I'll try that." He reluctantly tried this. And that's what happened, Suzanne and Chaplain Dave here. 6 months later, we have basically some good news here. You can see here from this, I'm not sure whether you see it now, no meds,
Yeah.
no bypass, no stents. He's got some of these arteries open here. Doctors took him off all of the 28 meds, all of the medication that he's taken, and no surgery required. Since 1999, he's still alive. He's 103 today, being dead in hospice in 1998. So, Suzanne, if you know somebody, any veteran, any person, young or old, it doesn't matter how old you are. Okay, well, I'm 75 right now. Even though I had very bad genes from both my parents, I have I've never seen my grandparents. They died between 55 and 59. I'm the only one in probably 4 generations who surpassed 65. So I'm going to be 75 exactly on this coming April. If God give me another 4 months, I'll be 75. So I'll be the first one in 4 generations who surpassed 65. My dad passed at 60, and my mom 45. Never seen my grandparents. So I'm telling this story not to impress you, but to impress upon you that any disease can be corrected, can be prevented, and can be reversed. My specialty, Suzanne and Chaplain David, is that I help people to prevent and reverse chronic illness like diabetes and obesity. I call it diabesity. Diabesity now, I'm sure whether you know this or not, surpassing heart disease to be number one killer across the world, especially in America, particularly in southern states. Like in Texas, it's about 57% of the population have both diabetes and obesity. So my mission is to really help people to prevent and reverse this chronic illness that actually killed my mom and dad. And touch wood, I don't have any diabetes. I test myself, and I have this device that we can test our clients very surely. Anywhere you live in the world, I did this test for Suzanne, and she was very impressed how accurate this is. Virtually, we can detect and correct all of this lifestyle by using frequency, because voice frequency is voice energy, and voice energy is basically is the one that we show the client their results, and it will show them how healthy they are and what kind of red flags that they have. Once you see the red flag, it's very simple after this. Just correct the lifestyle. We should drink half our body ounce in water daily. 95% of my clients, they drink more coffee, more soda, more alcohol than water. Believe it or not, that is not the proper fluids that we should be on. In fact, your Surgeon General actually warned people against alcohol. I'm sure you've read that in the news. So, like if you must drink alcohol maybe twice a week, red wine, but not the hard liquor, because that will just destroy your liver. It's going to cause fatty liver. It's going to cause some problems. So, I would recommend um, it's really important to minimize the alcohol, minimize the caffeine. If you must drink coffee, maybe one or two or three, black coffee, no milk, no sugar, because sugar can cause all of the problems that our society now is facing. And not just talking about sweets, I'm talking about bread, rice, pasta, anything simple carbohydrate that turns into sugar, that will actually affect our current situation with diabetes and obesity. And you already know that we need to work hard on getting this. So how do we do this? Go to academyofwellness.com, complete lifestyle IQ. 10 questions is going to take every person exactly 2 minutes. And then 10 questions, every question is 10 points. Suzanne completed this in less than 2 minutes. I'm sure Chaplain and Dave will complete that as well in a couple of minutes. And then you get a score. Out of my 40,000 clients worldwide, the average score is 55. So if you scored like anywhere from 70 to 80, that's excellent. Now, I work with top athletes in Canada, US, and Europe. They must score 90% before they compete. So that's very important. I had a client from the state of Kentucky, and he had blood sugar and obesity, like diabetes and obesity, we call it diabetes, for 10 years, taking 10 medications. His blood sugar was 450. That is 4 times normal level of under 100. That 10 medication got him from 450 to only 370. That's the lowest he ever got. I did the scan for him. I asked him the lifestyle IQ. His score from the lifestyle IQ was 33%. And then I detected all of the problems that he has of his lifestyle. I told him to correct it. And after 3 months, 90 days, his blood sugar dropped to 90 to 95, in that range, from 375 72 450. And he had no feeling from the knee down. His physician in Kentucky said we need to do amputation. Amputation is canceled. His blood sugar is normal. He took him off all of the medications. He's living now medication free. No amputation, no medication. His lifestyle IQ today is percent. I told him you get percent more to compete in the Boston Marathon. You see if you can reverse any conditions like this naturally. No Ozempic, no amputation, no medications, none of the stuff needed. All you have to do is complete, lifestyle. So my message for your audience, whether they're veteran or non-veterans, is to what you do not eat and what's eating you for stress. Because the stress can cause you to eat the wrong stuff at the wrong time. And by the way, sugar, I'm sure, Suzanne, that's quite highly addictive. In fact, it's more addictive than cocaine. So if you have the binge for sugar, you're going to stop it by having lots of 8 vegetables, 10 vegetables per day, and only 2 fruits, by the way. So the ratio has to be 2 to 8, 2 to 10. Because I've seen people adding 1 cup of blueberries, 1 cup of mango, 1 cup of strawberry. This shake is absolutely not recommended. And if you eat bacon and eggs, I do not recommend this at all for breakfast. Unless if you want to have 99% clogged arteries and you'd like me to see you in hospice, okay, that's not recommended. And now, if you're depending on cow's milk and you hear and see the dairy commercial telling you drink 3 glasses of milk to make a stronger bone, I tell you switch to almond milk or coconut milk or any other kind rice milk, because those nut milks are really alkaline, not acidic. And if you do have any mucus in the morning or phlegm in your throat from drinking milk, and eating cheese and butter and ice cream, minimize that to minimize because people have allergy toward casein, the milk protein. Physicians talk about lactose, the milk sugar, but this rare. Somebody have lactose problem, maybe 10% of the population, maybe 15% maximum. But the casein allergy, the milk protein, I would say is about 50% of the population cannot digest milk. Milk only for young cows. So I recommend not to consume that on a daily basis. So full hydration is highly recommended. Now, 98% of my clients do not know how to breathe properly. They breathe from the chest, not from the belly. And that, if you breathe from the chest, you have shallow breathing. You're only using 1/3 of your lung. So I advise you to do a belly breathing, like yoga breathing, diaphragm breathing. So when you inhale, the chest is not rising, but the belly is rising, because the chest has the ribs and the rib cage cannot expand, but the belly can expand. So if you do 5 to 10 belly breath every hour, then you're going to have full oxygenation. You have more oxyhemoglobin than methemoglobin. You have more oxygen to your brain. That prevents fatigue. prevent snoring at night, prevent sleep apnea, and prevent you from having dementia because the brain needs oxygen. We're gonna have fully oxygenated here. So, single tips like this is all on my website. And by the way, Suzanne, you already been through my website. I know you read all of the 370 blogs under live blogs there. And Chaplain David, I'm expecting you to read all of them tonight before you go to bed, sir. Because once you read, I'm just kidding. Maybe one blog per day in 1 year, you'll be able to read all of them. And by the way, laughter is the best medicine. So, having said
It's going to be a long night.
having said all of this, I'm not gonna keep talking here because I feel I'm talking to myself. So let's have the last few minutes here. I've got another 15 minutes for Q&A or any clarification of what I said. I know everybody tell me I speak too fast, but most of my clients listen too slow and they actually do not confirm it. All of my recommendation, they're very slow to apply and to conform to everything I recommended for you about full hydration, full oxygenation, and watch what you eat, what you don't eat, and what's eating you for stress, and so on. So I'm going to leave now to you. Everything you need to know more about me is all on the Academy of Wellness.com. Complete Lifestyle IQ, and make an appointment to see me with Suzanne and Chaplain Dave here, and maybe Brian, and then we can run the scan for you, and then you're going to be more impressed than Suzanne did. So maybe Suzanne, you can just give your audience here, how did you find out that virtual voice scan? Was it accurate, everything I've done for you through this scan?
Well, I was there when you actually did this for a friend of ours, Denise Vargas, and she said everything was exactly just nailed it. And it was, I was watching as you went through all the different pieces, and I'm like, how is this possible from something as simple as that voice scan? And it was very accurate. So there's so much that can be learned so quickly, things that how would you know otherwise? There were so many pieces to that it's like, oh my gosh, if only we had a way to know these things. And well, actually there is a way.
Yeah. Suzanne, in my 50 years careers, I used every biofeedback devices that has ever invented in the US, Canada, Germany, UK, and I've seen every device that existed. I have actually 10 of the top biofeedback devices in the world. Some of them cost about $25,000. Some of them cost more. They're all sitting collecting dust. That's the only app, the only device that I use right now is a virtual voice scan. Why? Because this is based on Albert Einstein EMC square. E is energy, M is mass, C is the speed of light. And Dr. Nikola Tesla, this app has built-in Tesla coil and built-in drive frequency to detect and correct lifestyle. In 15 seconds, Suzanne and Chaplain Dave, we can generate 250 pages of reports similar to blood test, MRI, PET scan, CT scan, ultrasound, ECG, AKG, and X-ray. And you get 250 pages of report. So we do charge $250 for that scan, but for veterans, we have a special of $150 only. I did the scan for over 1,000 people, and one lady did 2 scans, 2 MRIs, and she paid $5,000 for a single MRI. So that's $10,000 for 2 MRI, like 2 single organs. This device is able to do MRI from head to toe. It's equivalent to $150,000. So we'll charge veteran $150. They said, you're charging too little here. But you know what? I don't want to charge like 400, 500, 1,000. So I'm only dealing with Elon Musk and Bill Gates. I'm dealing only with rich people. I want to help it to the average, veterans can be able to afford that. And then if we don't charge in upfront. When I finish the scan, I tell people, if you're happy, you can send me the payment through PayPal or whatever. I have never had one person yet, Suzanne and Chaplain Dave, refuse the payment because they said this is the best thing I ever done, the most accurate thing. And they go through the reports. It's just, you see, detecting lifestyle is really what every doctor is supposed to be doing. Unfortunately, our physician in America and Canada and Europe, here's the disease, and here's the solution for the disease.
Mm-hmm.
Not all of them are like this, but most of them are basically like, here's the pharmacology. They did not study nutrition. They did not study any toxicology. They didn't study side effect. Like seriously, here's the condition, and here is the medication. If one is not enough, then we'll try another one. we'll keep trying. Maybe 10 or 12, maybe 28, maybe this solve the problem. No, it does not. This guy's problem was his eating habits. It was his bacon and eggs. It was his lack of water. He drinks that soda, and I have 5 medication for diabetes. So, like, okay, please forgive me. Like, I'm not trying to put any physician down. What I'm trying to do here is to educate the client. You got to spend some time with them. This takes 35 minutes, Suzanne, 40 minutes maximum, 45 minutes at the top. Okay. In that 45 minutes, the client gets a complete education about eating habits, drinking habits, sleeping habits, exercise habits. These are important habits. Daily habits make us or break us. By the way, every bite of food either to make you live longer or to kill you. I wish I know what I know today at age 74 and a half. What I knew at age 18, I could have saved my mom and my dad's life. And I could save every person there who did not have a proper lifestyle. So the reason for their death is that they did not have a healthy lifestyle. And that's what diabetes and obesity is, which is competing now with heart disease to be number one killer in America. I mean, if you look at southern US, which state are you in, Suzanne, right now? I cannot
I'm
remember.
in Wisconsin.
Okay, so Wisconsin, oh my God, Wisconsin is the dairy capital of the whole USA. So if I tell you to stop the dairy, nobody's going to be liking me in the state of Wisconsin. But anyway, I'm just giving you my own research for 50 years. Anyway, if you can just, okay, minimize cow's milk, cheese, butter, and ice cream. I don't think you actually consume that much, Suzanne, because your skin is very healthy. There's no wrinkles and there's no lines. And so is Chaplain Davy at his young age. He does not have any wrinkles here. So this is amazing. You know what? Okay, so I don't need to scan you. I don't need any device here. Chaplain Dave, you do prefer water than soda, than Red Bull, than alcohol. Am I correct, sir?
Well, let me jump in here. I work in EMS, so um, my eating habits are um, sketchy at best. We'll just say that.
Okay, one question. Do you eat fast food?
Yeah,
Okay,
yes, we eat
okay.
on the truck.
Fast food will make you die faster. Slow food in your kitchen will make you die slower. If you're really interested to live till the age of 100 and beyond, please, I'm going to give you one advice right now. No KFC, no French fries, no McDonald's, and no Harvey. If somebody working for those outlets, they're going to tell you how this fast food is really charming.
Oh, I am horrible when it comes to eating. I will admit that. And as far as caffeine, I know I drink
How
way too
many
much caffeine.
how many cups of coffee?
That's um, it's not so much coffee. It's Monster and Red Bull.
Okay, okay,
Yeah, and I
okay.
know,
Well, let
I
me ask
know.
you this: what is your typical breakfast, Chaplain Dave? Typical breakfast for you?
Um, breakfast is probably um a bagel. Hold on, a bagel, um, an egg or two, and maybe a piece of fruit.
Okay, is this bagel white or all dressed like a 12 degree bagel? Is it white,
No, it's
regular white?
it's like plain bagel with
All
butter.
right. So as soon as you eat this breakfast, your blood sugar is gonna start to rise,
Oh,
and then you're gonna have fluctuation. You have neuropathy, and then you have pins and needles, and you go to any physician. Oh, no problem, Chaplain Dave. We'll put you on metformin or galberide or insulin, fast acting, slow acting. That is not the solution. The solution is to stop eating bagel. Really simple as that. And no,
yeah,
by the way, 90% of cereals sold in boxes, it has high fructose corn syrup. That's number one cause for diabetes in
yep.
America. And do you drink any soda?
Not as much anymore. I'm drinking a lot of
Okay,
tea.
herbal tea or black tea? Okay, switch
Both.
herbal tea. That's like water. So if you drink eight
Okay.
cups of herbal tea, like chamomile or green tea, that's less like drinking water. But if you drink black tea,
Okay.
you know what? It's too much caffeine. It's going to affect your liver, your kidney, and so on and so forth. So we want to cut back on that. Okay, so that's important. Now, if you ever have any kind of sauna left in your house, I would recommend that you give it to a neighbor you do not like. Okay, Chaplain Dave? Tell him Dr. Grant does not approve that. And I'm sorry, I cannot drink it anymore after you told me it's very bad.
Can we keep it to
Uh-huh.
the classroom? I like
I
this.
You
said
see?
you were gonna love him just like I do.
Okay, so you still have a nice skin here. How much water do you drink, sir, every day? Water.
Not enough. I know
Okay.
that for a fact. Not enough. I'm probably three or four bottles a day.
Okay, so let's make it to 8, double that, which is half your body ounce in water. And then once you do this, you're gonna be as healthy looking like Suzanne here. Suzanne, how much water do you drink, my dear?
I try to drink a couple of these a day. That's a liter.
Okay, so 2 liters is not bad. Okay, we're gonna go now to 2.5, or push it to 3 liters. Okay, so that's why your skin looks very good. And do you do like Chaplain Dave here? Do you drink sometime, or you eat the bagels and the cereals and all the fast food? No.
Uh Occasionally, yes. And honestly, I do prefer like what Kurt is really good and he'll have the multigrain bread. And I'm like, I really like my white bread, So I guilty. That's yep.
Okay, who is healthier, Suzanne, you or Kurt?
Ooh, that's a good question. Today I think we're pretty similar. I mean, he has a heart history, so so I've got a one up on him on that, but I'd say we're
Are you,
pretty similar.
okay, you know what's the best way to find out? You do the lifestyle IQ and tell them, honey, you do this lifestyle IQ, and we're gonna see. And then you both do the scan here, and then we're gonna find out who's healthier here.
Mhm.
As simple as that.
That doesn't lie.
Detect the root cause of the problem, which is lifestyle. Lifestyle is everything. Nothing can fix poor life. Even Ozempic cannot fix poor lifestyle. Some people tell you, you take this now and you're going to lose weight. You're going to go to, no, it's not. You're going to fix your lifestyle.
Yeah.
Okay, because our body is made from water. Our body needs oxygen. So, Chaplain Dave, can you take a deep breath from me, please, sir? Take a deep breath. Okay, you're not breathing at all. I'm sorry, you're still alive, but you're not dead. Okay, so okay, watch me when I breathe, Chaplain Dave. My chest is not moving. My belly is moving, because chest here have the rib cage. The belly can extend, but the rib cage, if you breathe from the chest like what you did now, 1/3 of your lung getting oxygen, the other 2/3 is not getting anything. So we're gonna switch from chest breathing to belly breathing. Suzanne, can you take a deep breath from me, please? Just, you see, chest rising also.
A little bit.
95% of my clients, they do not know how to breathe properly. I'm telling you, it's like simple tips like this. Nobody tell you this. Nobody teaches this. Okay, so we teach this to veterans, because when they go to Vietnam, when they struggle with all of the toxic stuff in the Vietnam, and they come back to America, their lungs is full of toxins from all of that they're exposed to, or the Agent Orange. You know what I'm talking about, right? And now we need to correct this by belly breathing. 5 to 10 belly breath every hour. We do that, and we help them. This is what I teach my veteran. This is what I teach my students, who are the doctor students, to teach all of the clients to do full breathing, 5 to 10 every hour, full hydration. So we have full oxygenation and full hydration, which means more O2 and more H2O. Okay. And these are the necessities that we have. There's no drug can give you more. Okay, in your home state in Wisconsin, Suzanne, is oxygen still free, or do they charge you money to breathe?
Usually free.
I'm glad. Okay, good. Okay, and the water is water is still nothing, right? Okay,
Mhm.
you can still have water. So far, you did not actually spend any money. And then the healthy food, believe me, a slow food in your kitchen will cost less than fast food. And I have to convince Chaplain Dave with that, not to eat in the truck all of the fast food, not to pick donuts, and not to pick any of the Twinkies. And
Oh, the good stuff. No. Not gotta cut those out. Easier said than done, right? I mean,
There you go.
people are, like you said, addicted to the sugar and all that, but it's a decision.
It is daily habits. And then once we change our daily habits, by the way, my clients have to do the lifestyle IQ every month, and they have to improve. Like Jeremy here in Kentucky, 33%, he was walking, waiting for amputation to happen. Like for 3-7, he can have heart attack or stroke anytime. And he had pins and needles under his feet. No feeling from the knee down. His doctor said we need to do amputation. No amputation required. once he drink the water, not the soda, once he did all of the stuff, he's healthy now. He have sent me already at least 30 referrals from the state of Kentucky and across USA. 50 years young. Can you imagine if he had done the amputation, walking with one leg or one artificial leg at young 50? This is can be reversed. Like even if you have this much clogging of the arteries, but you have to change the bacon and the eggs and diet soda and all of the dye. that,
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, I get it. We run on people every day that
and that's why Suzanne, when she
that are younger than
exactly
me that are
exactly, but
you
you're
know
still young, sir, because you're not even 50 yet. Okay, so it doesn't matter how. I'm not gonna embarrass you.
I
You look 50. It doesn't. You're halfway. You're okay. Chaplain Dave, you're halfway there. Okay, sir.
God love you for thinking I'm not 50.
Brownie
Even
points.
even if you're 55, and then once you start to, okay, let's say that you've done the lifestyle IQ like my 40,000 clients, their score is 55%. You can improve that by 5% per month or 10% per month, and then you're going to be actually growing younger. You're going to be growing younger and younger until we put you back on baby diapers because you're going to be reversing age in reverse, not adult diapers. Baby.
Well, if that works, we will call Dennis. I promise you.
You know what? To Chaplain Dave and Suzanne, laughter is the best medicine.
Absolutely. I tell it to people in the back of my truck
It's
all the
amazing.
time.
I met one client who's taken 6 medication for depression, and I said, "Sir, uh, what? How long have you been taking this 6 medication for depression?" He said, "Oh, my life does not make any sense. My wife gave me some hard time. My teenagers give me hard time. My boss hates me. My colleagues hate me, and I'm living a very bad life here. And those medications just keep me surviving." So I said, "Okay."
That's no
I
way to
said,
live.
"When is the last time you laughed?" I said, "I cannot even remember laughing for the past 5 years." I said, "You never laughed for 5 years? Okay, forget about your Prozac and amitriptyline and Xanax. Go home tonight and find a big mirror in your house and just take your clothes off and look at this mirror. You're going to have the best joke in front of your eyes." And what? He laughed and he said, "Oh my God, that's feeling much better." He came to me in 3 months, Chaplain Dave and Suzanne. He said, "I do not need any medication. I just laugh at myself every day." I said, "That's all. That's what you need." Because laughter improves serotonin and improves endorphins. And if you look at study my bio, I'm the first scientist in the world to isolate beta endorphins that reduces pain and activates serotonin and GABA and acetylcholine. And this is really what we need to do here is laughter. I mean, okay, oxygen is free, water is still for free, and laughter is for free. And then slow food in your kitchen is still really almost next to nothing. Vegetables, you can get organic vegetables, and it's not that difficult to eat healthy, really. But it's just knowing. But knowing is one thing. Practice practice what you know is like knowledge is power, but
Mhm.
practicing knowledge is wisdom.
Ooh,
Follow
I like that.
follow the lifestyle IQ, and then you're gonna feel good. And give it to family. Do not give the lifestyle IQ to your enemies. Do not tell your enemies about this. Let them keep all of this stuff. Then it's gonna catch up with them one of those days. Okay, I think I talked enough. I'm open.
We need
I know we do need to keep him. And I know you had something else you need to go to. I don't want to keep you. Oh, you know what? Really super, super fast though. Kurt is coming in. He's not on camera yet. So I'm not going to hop him in here, but I'm sure he's saying hello. He usually comes in. So you guys are kind of tag teaming here today. So
Send them my
thank you
best regards to
so
Kurt.
much for being here.
You're very welcome. My pleasure. And if there's any questions, Chaplain Dave or Suzanne, I'm as close as your email. My email is actually very simple. You don't have to write it down. It's my last name, Dr. Grant, no period, wellness at gmail.com. And everything you need to know about me is academyofwellness.com. Okay? And
Beautiful.
I wish your die-hard community the best health for being a veteran. And I'm here to support you and help you to detect and correct all of the lifestyle that you have to make you really live healthy to the age of 111. Forget about 101. 111. Let's raise the bar.
I love it.
Thank you. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you so, so
Oh,
much.
Dr. Grant, thank you
You're welcome, sir.
so
Thank you,
much.
Chaplain Dave.
Thank
Thanks,
you
Suzanne.
so much.
I appreciate you. Okay.
Excellent. Have a great night. We'll be in touch.
Absolutely. Take care. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Oh, what a treat to have him joining us here tonight. Absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
And I know we do have Kurt coming on in. Actually, I'm going to let him bring himself in. I'm not sure if he is ready to join us just yet, but I know he's hopping on in here. So he's amazing, isn't he?
Oh, wow. Yeah, he is. Yeah, you weren't lying. He's definitely a keeper. Um, and a lot of what he says, resonates with a lot of people. Like I said, being in the EMS community, I know for a fact, and I've had a lot of people in the back of my truck, and I know I caffeine is horrible, and I admit I drink too much of it. Um, but these are things that especially being in the community and what I do, I know these things, but yet, like you said, knowing it and putting it into practice are two different things. And I'm like, yeah, I know I shouldn't be drinking this much caffeine. Yeah, I know I shouldn't be eating, but it's actually putting it into practice is the whole other part
Yeah,
of
and
it.
that's where it actually it's I think refreshing to hear it coming from a guy like Dr. Grant like that, where he can share his wisdom, his experience, his knowledge, I mean, oh my goodness, the things that he has done and developed over the course of his life. I mean, we just scratched the surface there. So it is
Right.
it's fun to get
And,
to be able to be exposed to all those things that maybe people aren't thinking about so much. It's like, until I had that conversation with him just a few weeks ago, I'm like, yeah, drink more water. Yep, got to do that. Now it's like if I'm reaching for something that's not the best choice, I'm actually thinking twice. Like, do I really need this? Needs not the right word.
right.
What's the right answer here? It makes you stop and think, what are the choices we make for ourselves, and why are we making those choices? Is it really in our own best interest?
And that's getting back to one of the things that we talk about as a team, and what Brian, pushes so much is if we can get people like Dr. Grant and some of these other people to come on board as volunteers with our partners, those are resources we have for veterans that we know about. It's a lifestyle change that we just don't think about. And think about what that could do to, for our
Oh my
veterans.
gosh. And even with his comment about laughter. Oh, you know, maybe
Yes.
maybe people just don't think, and again, unless somebody brings it up, it's like, when's the last time you really laughed? And for the story he was relaying there, that for that gentleman, he hadn't laughed in years. Like, what? There we go.
Yeah, I
We have a place to start.
right, exactly. So, that ties in perfectly with, I guess the next segment of where we want to go is, with patrons and volunteers and people coming on board. People like Dr. Grant would be a phenomenal partner, for our mission. Um, Dietitians. It, this is the stuff that would be amazing for people to come on board or volunteer, that their expertise with us, to come alongside, to work with us, partner with us. These are things that I don't think about personally, as a partnership for this mission, but they're things that I take for granted, and I'm like, yeah, that makes complete sense because I don't think about it, but in the grand scheme of things, yeah, I mean, there are times where you have those bad days, or you have that time where, like you said, laughter is an amazing fix for a large portion of getting out of your head. So yeah, why would, I mean, he perfect partnership there. I mean, it would be great to have him come on board as. So again, that's a great tie-in for, I guess, where we wanted to talk
Well, and I
about.
see Kurt's in the background here, and he's looking at the camera, so I hear he's coming on in. How you doing tonight? I saw you in passing briefly.
Things are going good here at Roscoff's Manor. Yeah, we got our shenanigans planned for us for 2 weeks worth here. We got ideas all the way through the Super Bowl, don't we, Sue?
We do. Speaking of smiling and laughter, there's a lot going on. And actually, I do have a whining dog in the background. I'm not sure if you're hearing her. If I does that come? Okay, good. I'm like, she's out of reach, so of course she needs attention, right?
Puppy.
So sorry, but
No,
yeah. So
it's
Dave has now
yeah,
been introduced to Dr. Grant.
yeah. We want to keep
I
him
think I
around.
saw his mind go just a little.
Definitely. Yeah.
There we go. So
So how are you doing?
is Dr. Grant going to come back to this show, or where did we leave it?
Well, he is off to another appointment that he had right now, but I would hope we can have him back at some point. We didn't set that up yet. We'll have to follow up with him. But yeah, really appreciate all the insights that he shared. And I mean, the first conversation that I was part of with him 3 weeks ago, whenever that was, it started with Kurt and him talking. And how long after? I mean, my goodness, we were on for like 3+ hours. We were on for a very long time because it was like one thing led to the next, and then our friend Denise came in, and then she did the voice scan. And it was like, oh my gosh, each thing that was like was the next thing that was making my head go. It's like, whoa, what? Really? That's another piece of. There's another connecting point, and because there's even a business that Denise is involved in that he was part. It turns out he helped develop this scientific. I don't. I'm not an expert on it. I'm not even sure how it all works. But there's some kind of a patch that you can wear that helps with light therapy, and Denise is working with that. And here he was on the scientific team that created that. It's like, wait, what? So there's so many different avenues to take with this wonderful gentleman. So I'm thrilled he was able to join us here tonight and give us a glimpse. And actually, his website, I'm going to pop that back on here one more time. So what he was talking about at academyofwellness.com, where there's let's see, the IQ quiz, where, you know what, why don't I just share my screen so that it's easy for anyone who hasn't been there before. Let's go ahead and pull that up. Make life easy here, right?
Yeah, I'm actually interested to see how bad my score is.
So we don't have to do it live on here, but this is his website. Welcome to our Academy of Wellness. You can actually book a meeting with him if you want to talk directly with him. You can start your IQ quiz right there. So super easy. And there he is. His mission: preventing and reversing chronic health challenges naturally by detecting the root cause with this voice scan that he was talking about. So he's got everyone's best interest in mind from the get-go. And he really his background is diverse, and it's very interesting to have this chance to get to know him and hear more and more about the things that he's all involved in. So again, I'm just going to pop back up to the top here where this start the IQ quiz. Anybody can do this. All you have to do is go there, click on it, and oh, there we go. Start answering questions, start filling it in. And I know I'm just skimming past it really quickly, but that's it. 10 questions, hit submit, done. Super easy.
Wow.
There's your starting point.
Well, I'll be doing that once the podcast is over, just to see how. Yeah, that'll be interesting.
Excellent. And oh, you know what? And I'm actually seeing we have our very own Diehard 6 watching us. I know I did pop this on earlier. So Brian's in the background watching, because I know, like we said, he has other commitments tonight, but he's with us. And
yeah, he was at a board meeting at Murray State, I know. So he's been He's been busy. He's been running all week. I talked to him earlier in the week, and he's been in and
Okay,
out.
I got to
All,
share this one because he wrote that in there too. I laugh every time I look in the mirror. So that was part of the
yeah.
conversation with Dr. Grant. So Brian, we're with you, man. It's all part of the fun. But also, like he always says, teamwork makes the dream work, and the team we're gathering here is incredible. There's a lot of, oh my gosh, have you checked the website lately? The resources on there, the resource partners that are on there,
The list gets bigger and bigger and bigger
it's
weekly.
amazing what's all happening, all of the things that's happening. So again, yeah, teamwork makes the dream work. That is exactly it. And volunteering, if anyone wants to, if when you're ready to volunteer, this is how you begin. Just send an
Yeah.
email to volunteer@projectdiehard.org and you can join in what's all going on here. There's some really good things happening. I know patrons, that was a hot topic for tonight. Actually, Dave, you want to address that one a little bit?
So I know that we've been talking about volunteers, patrons, things like that. Um, we do have a veteran that's going to be on site at Fob Rush very soon, and we need to get some things squared away uh, for this veteran. Um, there are mission partners I'm reaching out to for ministry tap ins. I know Brian's been reaching out for resource partners. I know Kurt, you've been out hitting the pavement and beating the bushes for community resources. So we the first thing we asked for, like Brian has said from day one, pray for pray for Project Die Hard, share Project Die Hard. There's somebody out there who will and has the ability to write the check that doesn't want the fame or glory for it. They just haven't heard about us. Um, it's everybody. There's not a nonprofit out that's doing this that is not looking for funds. This is not a new concept. Um, so it's not like we're doing something that every other nonprofit out there is not doing. It's just some of the bigger names have been heard of, and they've got the backing and they've got the resources to publicize a lot more than we do. You've heard Brian say it time and time again. He would rather spend 20, 30, 80, $100 to put together a breakfast to feed a veteran rather than put it in advertising. I agree with him wholeheartedly on that. I would rather feed a veteran or get veterans what they need rather than putting in advertising. Your patronage will help with that. I mean, that's the bottom line up front. We would rather spend the money to help a veteran than to publicize an advertisement. I mean, do you guys agree with that? I mean,
Absolutely. And you know
that's
what? I'm going to make it super easy here for people to know how to do this. All you have to do is go to projectdiehard.org. There's a spot right there that says donate. Click on that and it takes you right to it. You can go ahead and donate right now. You can fundraise. You can share what's going on here. Hit that big donate button there. It's all so easy. So
yeah.
easy.
You've heard us talk about it. A big push. You know, there are multiple ways. Christmas time, there. If you don't know what to get somebody, donate in their name. Do it as an honorarium. Do it as a gift you know for this person. It can be a one-time donation. It can be a reoccurring. I mean, obviously, we'd love a reoccurring, but it's one of those things that your dollars help save lives. And when I say help save lives, I legitimately mean help save lives. We're not putting it towards our pockets. There's not a single person on this team who's taken a salary. We don't get paid. We're doing this because we want to help serve veterans. And I mean, yeah, you hear us saying that, but if you want to look at the books, Brian would be more than happy to show you the books.
So
So,
I've got another piece to throw at you. I know that there's a big event coming up this summer. I know we've talked about it a little bit, but you want to go ahead and share the details that of what that all is and when it is?
so July 25th through July 27th in Makanda, Illinois, at Fort Operating Base Rush, we are doing Hope Stock. It's going to be a 3-day event. Um, more details to come, but it is going to be. Um, I don't even have all the details. Um, I know bits and pieces. I know that I'm working on a couple things with brothers that I have connections with to um, come in and do some things. We have some artists that are going to come and perform. We have some speakers that are going to be there. Um, it's uh, it's going to be a big deal. Um, Brian would have a lot more details and a lot more um, information as to what we want to put out. We've put it out in some of our posts out on social media. We haven't released any of the. I don't think we've released any names yet, but I know we've got people lined up. Um, I don't know if have we released any names yet, Kurt? As far as anybody for Hopestock?
No, I just heard, generally speaking, there's a few bands lined up for Saturday. So the last I knew a few weeks back was Brian was going to talk to our friends making all that happen for what might they be thinking of for Friday and for Sunday to make it a more well-rounded, music offering for the whole weekend. But Saturday's got a few lined up. But yeah, I didn't hear any names.
Yeah, yeah. I don't think we've released any names yet, but I know that it's coming together, and I know that we've got some other artists lined up. We've got a couple people that are going to be speaking. Um, I will probably be speaking at some point throughout the weekend or multiple times. Um, but it's going to be a good event. Again, it's July 25th through 27th. Um, more details to come. So as soon as we release that, it'll be out not only on our website, um, out on social media. We'll be posting it out through here on our live streams, but it'll definitely be once we lock in everything, it will definitely be out there. And I'm looking forward to it.
It's gonna be fun.
It's
If
going to
you're looking
be
for a reason to smile and have a good
yes,
time, hello, we're creating it. Hope Stock. It says it right there. Come on out and join us.
absolutely.
And actually, I know we're getting close to the end here, but there's one more thing we want to make sure to bring up. I know big ideas, small rooms.
That is the other. That's the new project we're putting together. You want to have a voice in what Project Die Hard um, ideas, how we run things, is I guess you would say, or policies, HR policies, standard operating procedures. This is how it's going to happen. Um, we're going to, the idea behind this is we're going to try to get together. The team is going to get together and figure out how we can um, set up times where we're going to be in, I guess you would call them small break off clusters, open for discussions with patrons, people in our volunteer groups, to sit down and discuss what we're looking for, um, what their ideas are, get them all together. We'll take those ideas together, get back with the leadership team. We'll go over these ideas, hash those out, and then we'll take those into a smaller room with strictly the leadership team. And so it'll go from the community as a whole into a smaller group. This will work. We can make this happen. We can make this happen. We have this. So it's going to get weeded down into where it goes to the leadership and then to the leadership with Brian. And okay, yeah, we can make this work. Go. So it's narrowing down policies and procedures to standard operating procedures for how this organization functions. So if you want to have input as to how we do things, this is how we do it. Volunteer, jump in. But I will tell you going into this, you don't just come in and say, hey, you need to do it this way. If you're going to come into these discussions, come in with a mindset of, yeah, let's look at this, but here's how we should do it. Don't just throw out an idea without some kind of structure as to, hey, we want to do it, but if we're going to do it, let's try to do it this way. Don't just throw an idea out without some kind of structure behind it. But yeah, that's the idea behind big ideas, small rooms.
All right. Well, and I know we are coming up to the end here. This tonight flew by. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it really did. I just looked up at the. I was like, wow, it really did.
So, well, and I know we always wrap up our update with providing a message of hope for veterans. And Kurt, I'm so sorry we didn't let you talk much tonight. You've been here, and as always, as a vital piece here, I want to give you first chance to have a final word.
Well, I guess I'll build off of that point about not being able to speak. Being in a society, being with people, and the people around you think, oh, everything's all well and good, but there is that value to being heard, and that has been a big lesson here at Project Die Hard for me in the last couple of years. Project Die Hard being around 6.5 years, and I've been something over 2 years of that history now, and so that's one of the messages in being in this mission and being available to all of you veterans out there, and the whole idea of check your vet. That's the whole idea, is we're here to make sure you are heard. So my phone number is 262-372-1754. My email address is kurt at projectdiehard.org. That's Kurt, Kurt, at projectdiehard.org. With my phone number, you can call and text me. I'm here. When I heard what Brian is doing here, and learning more about this issue of our veterans, Sue and I were on a meeting earlier where there's some guys working with some networks and things, and we've got some neat events that are in the hopper that we're planning outside of Project Die Hard. But as ambassador here, Project Die Hard, I'm in the middle of it to look at what's in it for me as an ambassador of Project Die Hard. So there's things coming down the road. Our partner, the Disability Channel, Jay Stoyan, very passionate about what's going on with veterans, starting right off with a fundraiser for the Disability Channel February 2nd, and then we have the Invictus Games, and then we have the Super Bowl, and so on and so forth. And then there's a March event that we're doing with a group called People for a New America. And, I'm a U.S. chair for the Impactful Veterans Network. We've got a lot of things due to come across our country. We've got a lot of Imagineers and people passionate to, change, change the lack of attention to the void that all of you veterans are feeling out there. So please give us time. There's more and more response coming. And again, I'm here so that you're heard. Please reach out. Back to you, Sue.
Awesome. Dave, I'm going to give you next dibs here.
Well, I mean, I don't even know how I want to follow that one, Kurt. That was you got kind of okay. Well, between what Kurt said and what you heard from Dr. Grant, I mean, I will kind of play off the laughter is a great medicine. I know that I've talked to a few vets over the last couple of days that have been in some dark places, and it was fun to kind of get them just to look at life in a different way over the last 2 or 3 days. We went out and had coffee with a couple of them, myself and some other buddies that I've served with, and I think the three gentlemen that we went out with, the first time I actually saw, I would say, a change in their demeanor came from just the joy and laughter of some of the goofy and silly stories that we had over coffee, and just the joy of them not having to be alone, and just knowing that there were people out there they could talk to, which goes along with our, check your vet. Let them know that there's somebody out there that's willing to listen, willing to take them out for coffee, to let them be who they are at no judgment. So, you've heard Kurt say it, you've heard us say it time and time again. We're here. I've got your six. I've been in your shoes. I've been in those dark places. Reach out. We're here. Don't give up the fight. When those demons come calling, reach out. I'll stand shoulder to shoulder with you and fight them.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Chaplain Dave. Always good to have you here. And I'm going to kind of bounce right off of what you were saying there. The whole concept of check your vet. You might think your buddy's doing all right, but, check on him anyway. I've got a perfect example right here. I'm sitting here thinking, okay, dog's just being annoying in the background, right? She's starting to have a health issue. I don't know if it's a dog equivalent of epilepsy or what's going on, but she gets these head tremors sometimes. And finally realized that last time when I looked her direction that she was trying to get my attention because she was in the middle of that. I was like, you poor thing. She's fine. She's okay. But even when you assume everything's fine, it's one of those things. I'm obviously using my dog as an example right now, but it could be more than that. Say that again.
I don't know if you can see the back
Let's
of my
see.
shirt.
It's mirrored right now, so it's hard to read. Oh dear.
Looks like darkest something needed a hand. I found a paw.
Darkest hour.
Darkest hour.
Darkest hour. I needed a hand and I found a paw. Oh, that's perfect. I love it. Our pets really are
Yeah.
amazing. They're
In my
companions.
darkest hour, I was looking for a hand and I found a paw.
You found a paw. Oh, that's perfect. And yeah, she's right here. She's one of my best buddies. And
Yeah.
I was blowing her off here right now because I'm trying to focus on what we're talking about. And here she was having a moment where she needed me. So that's why I turned my
Yeah.
camera off for a moment. She's fine, but she was having a moment. And that could it could be that vet that you haven't checked in on lately. Check in on your friend and vet friend, whoever it might be. It doesn't necessarily even have to just be a vet specifically,
No.
but that's what we're here to remind people of, is that because the whole suicide rate is ridiculous amongst the veteran population, that's what makes that stand out, and why we keep saying check your vet. And you know what? Hashtag check your vet. Do that. Check in on anybody who if they're on your mind right now, maybe there's a reason they're on your mind right now. That's that inner voice saying, hey, go check on them. You never know what they might be in the midst of at that moment if you're being prodded to do something, there's probably a reason. So listen to
I
that.
mean,
So
putting on a fake smile is real easy to do, and we've all done it. They ask, "How you doing?" Yeah, I'm fine. I'm good. Deep down, you're like, I'm hurting. I am broke. I am beat up. But hey, how you doing? I'm good. We're all good. I can smile through anything.
that's one of those
So,
moments where it's like, it's okay to not be okay. Everybody's there at different times, and it's okay. It might not feel okay right this moment, but it will be. It's coming. And you've got people around you who are willing to be there for you to help in whatever way they can. Remember that and know that. So this again, we are here every Monday night, Project Die Hard Mission Monday update. We are here to share what we can, to share what's going on with the mission, to share the wonderful people that we're meeting, to share what is
absolutely.
possible here. So please join us. If you have any thoughts at all, please reach out. We are easy to reach. Gosh, how do you do that? Well, email is probably the easiest way for the most part if you've got ideas. So on this side, Susan at projectdiehard.org. Oh, look over on Dave's there. Dave at projectdiehard.org. And let me guess, Kurt at projectdiehard.org. So easy. Reach out. Let us know what's on your mind. Please come and join us. We could use you in so many ways. It's a fun group. If you need to laugh, we can make that happen too. So come and
Oh,
have some fun. Join us. And again, Hopestock,
you
put
can
that on
laugh
your
at me
calendar.
24/7. Trust me.
So yeah, Hopestock, July 25th through the 27th. Put it down on your calendar. Plan to be there. So until next week, I look forward to hearing all the updates next week of what's all going to happen this week.